some eyebrows announcing his relationship with Patrick Mahomes. Not just Patrick Mahomes, all of the other star quarterbacks. If you've paid any attention to this, you know over the years that normally there's a lot of grab ass that goes on among the star quarterbacks. They like to hang out with each other, and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, while they were rivals, they actually did have a nice friendship, casual fake friendship that went on. And that's normally the case. Well, Lamar Jackson, when he was asked about this, he said that he doesn't have any relationship with Mahomes or anybody else for that matter. Take a listen. Let's go to the audio tape.
To be honest, I don't really pay attention to it. Like, I see a lot of stuff on social media, but I try to shy away from the sports stuff because I know they're going to be talking about the Ravens a lot. But I really don't pay no mind because I just want to play football. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
All right, so that was not necessarily the meat of it, but he trust me, he said he has no relationship with Mahomes or anyone else and tries not to pay attention, as you heard the end of it there, social media. Now, the audio, I actually got a copy from the source on this, Sports with Coleman, who sent me the audio. Trust me, he said what I told you he said, who quizzed Lamar. Now, many pundits guffawing over the response that he has no relationship with Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. So let us discuss. Lamar saying he doesn't have a friendship, a relationship with Patrick Mahomes and other star quarterbacks in the NFL. Is this a big deal, a little deal, or no deal? So I've got Canoe, Funhouse of Mirrors, and the Hawk and the Dove. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a clue, which the people that called up last hour to play Maller's Mountain of Money did not have. They did not have a clue. Now, to kick off, I have Lamar's commentary about Mahomes and the other quarterbacks. I have this in the no-deal category. No-deal category. And some people are up in arms. I can't believe Lamar's not trying to make friends and take stuff from other quarterbacks. But the way I look at this, Lamar is not genuflecting to the industrial complex of football. He's not playing the normal game. He's not here to play grab ass. He's not in the land of make-believe. None of that stuff. Now, we don't think that Lamar is staying away from the social media and staying away from Mahomes and the other quarterbacks because he's a competitor. He's just not into the fake friend thing. He's not into the fake friend thing. And I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Lamar Jackson, he's in the canoe. He wants to paddle his own canoe. He wants no one else in the canoe. He just wants to paddle the canoe by himself. He's the DIY quarterback. And Sports with Coleman, going behind the curtain there and interviewing Lamar. But most of these relationships, my experience from the outside, most of these relationships are contrived. They are forced. They are phony. And these guys are all corporate partners. They're all under the umbrella of the NFL. But Lamar's not trying to play that game. And on some level, I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. Now, the issue is Lamar is exposed like a vampire to garlic when the playoffs come around, and he rides the vomit comet in the playoffs, and he's been around long enough where this is what he is at this particular point. Now, furthermore, we pivot away from Baltimore. We go up I-95 to New England, and that is where Coach Gerard Mayo told reporters that the team captains this season will now have the C. They'll have the C on their jersey. Woohoo! Now, that is a change from the Belichickian reign in New England. Can you explain why Gerard Mayo is bringing back the fashion statement with the C on the Patriot uniforms? So this one's rather easy. This falls into the category good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop. And Mayo was hired, even though he was part of Belichick's staff, he learned under Belichick. He played for Belichick. He is supposed to be the other side of the penny, right? The other side of the coin from Bill. So think of this, if you will, like a fun house of mirrors, a world where everything is the exact opposite of Belichick, that up is down and first is last, or in this case, last is last, good is bad, wrong is right, logical becomes illogical, etc., etc., etc. We've looked into the crystal ball as a distant relative of Nostradamus and friend of Nostradamus. When you look down the line, Gerard Mayo flops, Floppy McFlop with the Patriots, and then they'll flip the script and they'll bring somebody else in who will then go back to the Belichickian ways. They'll say, well, we got too far away from the Belichick ways. We went too far off the reservation. We need to bring it back is what we need to do. All right, last thing here, we head to the real estate section. Why? In the Bayou is where we go. Alvin Kamara, he's a running back for the New Orleans football team, and he can be yours if the price is right. That's my theory anyway, and the reason I bring that up is because Alvin Kamara was asked a question. He answered the question. The question was about reports that he has put his home for sale. His Louisiana residence is on the market. And his response when asked if that story was true, he said, "Are you looking for a house?" With a smile from ear to ear. That was the response from Alvin Kamara. He did confirm that he recently listed his mansion on the market, almost 7,000 square feet of home. Can be yours if you've got a lot of money laying around. And so the question here, what is the level of importance? What is the level of importance in Alvin Kamara putting his home up for sale prior to the New Orleans football season? So he's playing a game. It's the hawk and dove game. He's doing the old chicken game. Bark, 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 chicken. Alvin Kamara has been at loggerheads. Now, we haven't talked about it much because why would we? They're the Saints. They don't make for compelling conversation these days. But Alvin Kamara is at loggerheads with the Saints front office. He's entering his last contractual season with New Orleans and has not been able to strike a deal. And having his brother work as the real estate mogul to try to sell the house. And really what this is, you don't need me to tell you, you're clearing the runway for takeoff. There's some debris out on the runway. You need to clear the runway for takeoff. It is a leading indicator from years and years of sports gas baggery. It is a leading indicator of a relocation situation for Alvin Kamara. Bet your bottom dollar. For example, remember, I think it was 2021, I believe it was. Tom Brady put his Boston area home on the market. And there were many people say, well, it doesn't mean he's going to leave the Patriots. He's just, people buy homes and they sell homes. And, Brady had one foot out the door and was heading towards Florida to hang out with Ponce de Leon, who he did hang out with for a couple years, Ponce de Leon. And in the end, things turned sideways, and Ponce de Leon said, I can't even help you. I helped you as long as I could. I can't help you anymore. You're on your own.